Hello, everybody. What's going on out there? This is your girl Lola with Lola's Chronicles. And today I got with me my guest, Taronna Perkins. And she is the CEO founder of Becoming Her, a domestic violence survivor, a life coach, author, mentor, and body contouring. How are you doing today, Taronna?
I'm doing good. How are you, sis?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you for joining us today on
Thank
Lola's
you for having
Chronicles.
me. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about yourself.
Oh Lord, where do I start? Now, um, I live in Dallas. I'm formerly from Lubbock, Texas. I am a mother of two. I got two beautiful daughters. I have a granddaughter, who's my pride and joy. Her name is Anaya. I'm also a life coach. I'm a mentor. I'm an entrepreneur. I have started Becoming Her Inc., which is my brand. Um, I'm a domestic violence survivor, and I am a author. And I'm just here to just help the people and to share my story and just to change lives and to let women know that they can love themselves unconditionally, no matter what they've gone through. um, that they can still do whatever they want to do, still be able to dream, still, love themselves unconditionally.
Which is understandable. Yes, that's great. We need more people like you because so many women have gone through domestic violence situations and it tears you down, as a person, because of the the lash from the relationship or who you were with, so it do take a lot of toll on your character as a person.
Oh,
How did
absolutely.
how um how did you find your way out of the domestic violence situation?
Well, the first thing I had to understand is that it was an issue. See, a lot of times that when you're in a situation, not knowing what love really is, I'm thinking that, oh, this is what love look like, and it had to come to the point to where I had to realize, this really isn't what love is because God gave us the blueprint, we just don't follow it.
Exactly.
He tell us exactly what love is. It's kind, it's patient, it doesn't boast. And whenever you're not getting all these things, that's not what love is. And so then being in an abusive marriage and you have kids, it's hard to get out of that because for one, you want to make sure that the kids are protected.
Exactly. Yeah.
A lot of times we stay in it because of the kids. And then on top of that is the safety. You feel like if you do leave, that this person may really, really try to hurt you. That long you may lose your life. So it's a mental state, of course. But I finally got tired, and then it's like when it was time for he was trying to take the kids. That's when that mother instinct really kicked in, and I was like, at this point, it's either gonna be him
Or
or it's
you.
gonna be me, and it
Right.
ain't gonna be me.
Exactly.
So that's where that mentality comes from. And a mother will do anything for her children.
You're right
And
about
so at that point, I had to get out of the situation because I didn't want my girls to grow up thinking this is what love looks like. This is how you're supposed to be treated. This is what you're supposed to go through. And so, in order for me to change that, I had to, get out of that situation. But
it.
it was the damage that came after that.
Yeah. We got
you
yeah.
know, I survived by getting out of the domestic situation, but I didn't know who I was anymore. I didn't love myself,
Yeah.
so now I'm in a point to where I'm trying to get to know who I really am. And that's where the real work comes from.
Yes, exactly. The prayer, the work, you got to put that work in to relearn yourself all
Yes,
over again. That's a challenge within
absolutely.
itself. When you're trying to, even with any situation, when you step outside of that comfort zone and you're trying to build yourself back up, it's not always easy building yourself back up. So I can
Oh,
relate
hell.
to that. Is the journey is not easy. People look at it like, okay, I got out of the situation, I'm good, but then it's the fear after the fact, rebuilding your character and being without this person and not being so jumpy on the edge by what happened before. Do you find it challenging to have relationships or afterwards after being in a domestic violence situation?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And then that comes back to where I come to the healing part. So if you don't heal after you get out of a situation like that, you become a hurt person who hurt people
Yeah, true.
and not even knowing that you're doing it. So, like any trigger that comes up, a person may not even know that's a trigger for you, but then you on edge
Yeah,
and they don't know why. But you become so protective of your feelings, you and your masculine energy all the time.
right.
I don't need a man for nothing. I can do this by myself. I don't like all of that. You don't know how to be in your femininity because now you feel like you got to be protective, but that's because you not healed. So now you just out, just walking around not healed, hurting people, doing whatever because you like I'm gonna protect myself because I promise I ain't gonna never go do this no more. But you
Smart.
haven't healed, so all that baggage and all that hurt, you just constantly carrying it around. And the minute somebody say something or do something that's a trigger, you ready to pop off.
Trauma.
Man, because
Trauma.
you feel like you didn't have a voice then, you can go make sure you're gonna be heard this time. But
Exactly.
then that person may not even deserve that. They may not even deserve that version of you, and they may not have even done anything to you, but because you still hurt from the previous situation, you finally find yourself going from back to back. Like me, I can be transparent about myself. After I got out of that abusive marriage, it was crazy because I just started doing whatever. Whoever showed me some attention, look, I'm gonna go do whatever I want to do. Whatever, ain't gonna be no feelings involved, no nothing, and I'm just going. When you catching feelings, oh, I'm gone because I don't want to feel none of that.
Right.
But that's not fair because now I'm hurting people, and then you constantly trying to fill the void, but you don't even know what you need to feel because you haven't dealt with it. So now you just out here just carrying baggage, creating other problems, and you hurt. You're a hurt person. That's how come I
Very.
thank God that I found that I was able to find God to help me heal because I couldn't heal on my own.
Mm, yeah. And I'm pretty sure it's a lot of women out there, not even just with domestic violence, with any situation, trying to heal from things. And it's like, you can't do it without God. You can't heal by yourself. It's hard, because I tend to go through that with situations in my life. And it's like, I can't do it by myself no more, So I understand how you
Right.
feel when you say, you couldn't do it by yourself. A lot of, and I'm glad that you're able to be able to say that, admit that you couldn't heal by yourself. I'm glad that you are in a healing process that you can help other women, because it takes a voice. Because a lot of people are afraid to speak up, and a lot of people is in denial, about the
Hmm.
situation. So I'm glad that
Hmm.
you take the chance to share your story with other women so they can feel comfortable with the situation they're going through, and to
Right.
insight on them that you can get out,
Hmm.
um what is the hardest challenge you've had to overcome so far?
Oh, I think I have many, but I think the one that I had to overcome the most was learning to love myself again.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is I didn't like what I saw in the mirror because every time I looked in the mirror, I saw the pain.
Yeah.
So I didn't like what I saw in the mirror. I didn't, I was really frustrated and mad at myself that I allowed myself to get that far deep into the situation, that I didn't get out sooner. So I was angry with myself a lot of times. So I, the biggest obstacle will be me dealing with myself,
Mm,
the transparency of the truth of it, and learning to say, you know what, Toronto, it's okay.
yeah.
You did those things, but you know what, Toronto, I forgive you. You know, Taronna, I love you. And I had to look in the mirror and love every scar that I've gone through because it was a reminder that I survived something. Every ounce of myself that I did not like, I had to turn around and talk to myself in a positive way and love everything that I didn't like at first. So now I love myself. I can honestly look in the mirror and be like, girl, you got it going on. Girl, you
That's
bad,
right. What's up?
and I don't have to look for that validation from somebody else because I've already validated myself.
Exactly.
So I think that was the hardest obstacle, was to love myself again, find myself again, and stay connected to God so tough that, you know what, if I don't get into another relationship, or if I don't get into another friendship, whatever, I'm okay because God is my everything.
Amen to that. Amen to that. So, being an author. So tell me about some of the books you have.
Well, I have one book so far, which is The Rebirth, and you're a part of this book too.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
was my first book, and I was like so anxious and so nervous at first, to put it down on paper. And I found it was healing.
Yeah. It is.
To write it and put it down on paper was healing. I was like, oh yes, I got to do this. This is it, and I was so excited about it. And so I'm so grateful to Matthew for the opportunity, and especially to be on that platform with all you queens. It was amazing. Like I love it, and I am in the process of writing my first biography,
Okay.
and I'm excited about it. It should be coming out. The push date is for the end of August. So, and I'm working with Matthew on that, and Matthew is amazing.
Yes.
Um,
He definitely is.
I
For
thank
me.
God for him because I mean, he's amazing. He knows how to bring out the best in you,
Exactly. Yes, he do.
even when you don't believe in yourself that you can do it. He has a way of just believing in you to the point to where you know that, you know what, I can do this. And he's with you every step
That's the
of
way.
the way, the
Yes,
good, the
he is.
bad, the ugly, he's there. And I just thank God for him. And so, yeah, I have that coming out. And then I have a couple of anthologies that I'm going to be in also as well,
Okay.
this year. I'm also a part of the Step in Your Truth tour, by visionary Jolie Rashawn, who is also an amazing woman, and I thank God for her too because she helped me to be able to step out and tell my story as a motivational speaker, and that was something that I thought I would never do, but God has other plans, because if you hold on to your testimony, who are you helping?
Exactly.
Nobody.
You right about that. You are so right about that. And that's why you guys motivate me so much every day to continue to follow my truth and my dream, and getting the motivation and talking to you guys daily in a group and seeing how much you guys encourage each other and being a part of that is awesome. I was so happy when I
Yeah.
was able to write with you guys. I was scared at
Yeah.
first, but it was more so because that was the first time I ever did an anthology. So it was like, okay,
Yeah.
so put my story in this book with all these strangers. Okay, man, you know,
Right.
and it was like, but it felt good though that I wasn't the only one with a story. So it
That part.
became easier the more we communicated. And I missed a lot of meetings being at work, but the more we communicated and then seeing, and then I trust Matthew. So I'm like, okay, I think we'll be okay with this. So I'm glad that I was able to meet you ladies, and write with you
Yes.
guys.
We became a
Um,
family. That's
yes.
really the real thing. Like at the beginning it was kinda like, hey, 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 but now it's like we're a family.
Yep.
And I look forward to the post in the morning, the
Yes, me
scriptures
too.
throughout the day, the encouragement,
Yep.
and it's just like we're a sisterhood. And I love it.
I love that he brought us all together from everywhere. Like I'm in Michigan. Where are you from?
I'm in Texas.
Okay, see, and he done brought us all together. I'm glad. And I told him, I said, it's wonderful how everybody is everywhere, different places. So it's different environments, different stories. So yes, and I love that. Who's someone that has made an influence on your life?
Ooh, wow. I have to say one person.
I mean, give me
No,
two
I'm just giving
people.
you a hard.
Give me two
Okay, I'll
people.
give you two people. Okay, two people. First one would be my mother. Um, my mom has always been my biggest supporter, and I know that she sacrificed a lot for me and my brother growing up, but she pushes me. And even when I was going through, you know how you don't tell people,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know. So I hid my abuse from my mother,
Okay.
and I did that because I knew how she would react, you know. And I'm not finna lose my mom because
Right.
she been and killed the man. You know what I'm saying?
You right.
Because she gonna go 10 toes behind her child. But at the end of the day, I was embarrassed, and I didn't. So she didn't find out about it till late, late, late. You know, and she asked me, "Was I okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm okay," but I really wasn't. But
Mm-hmm.
during my process of healing, my mom has been my biggest supporter. She has been my best friend, and it's just like she's healing along with me healing, and it's a beautiful thing. And so my goal is I just want to give my mama the world, and I just thank her for sacrificing everything that she did and gave up for us. So she will be one of my people that gives me inspiration. And then my other person would be Miss Catherine. I met Catherine last year on the tour, Stepping Your True tour, and we just clicked. We have so much in common. You know, she has an abusive background too, and she has helped me grow in my faith with God.
Okay.
Like she's that friend that when I'm down or if I'm feeling negative and stuff like that, now baby, she gonna no, we're not gonna do that. You know, she gonna feed me some scripture. She's gonna pray for me. She's gonna lift me up. She's encouraging. And you know, it's good to be around people that know how to lift you up and not tear you down when you're already down. So as far as that, that's an inspiration to me too because she believes in me. A lot of things that I've started to do, I would have never thought that I could do. You know, and so when you have people in your corner who push you
Yeah.
and drive you, and my why, everybody knows my why is my children, my girls. I go to the ends of the earth for them because they were in it with me. So to be in the point to where they're like, Mom, I'm so proud of you. You know, Mom, I'm so proud of you. That no matter what I do, John, they are there. When I'm
That,
speaking, they
that's
there.
yes.
When I write my book, they was like the first ones to purchase it, even though they didn't have to, but they did. No matter what they mama do, they there. But they was also transparent with me, and they let me know how hurt they was that I stayed, even though it was with their father. They were hurt that I stayed, and they were able to be transparent with me and let me know how they feel. And I thank them for that because it also made me a better person because now I could understand where they was coming from and how they was feeling.
Yeah, them kids, they them kids will motivate you.
Man,
Them
okay,
kids will push
yes.
you to your fullest extent because I never would have thought that I could do a lot of the things that I've done or overcame, or felt the love that I've always missed, with me and my mom's situation. But when I had
Hmm.
my daughter and it's like, oh, I call her my little broke best friend. You know,
Right.
and we have our challenges. I mean, what
Yeah,
parents
of
and
course.
kids don't, but I don't think I could make it without my baby. I
I
don't
know that's
think
right.
I don't think about life without her. I would be lost because I get up and I live and breathe her. So it's like God
Exactly.
gave me this unconditional love. I don't
Hmm.
see myself doing it. My sister gave me the option to follow my dreams. I want to leave Michigan. And she said, well, I'll keep, Zamaya for you while you get on your feet. And I'm like, that's the push I need. But then it's like, do I want to go without my baby? Because, you know,
Huh.
so it's a decision, it's a hard decision to make because it's like I'm used to
It
her
is.
being with me all the time. That'd be too much free time. I told her. I said, I don't know. It's something to think about. but I have never been away from my baby that long. So I'm thinking like, I don't know. So
Right.
yeah, them kids got a way of motivating and pushing you and pulling out
Oh,
desire,
absolutely.
pulling out something in you that you didn't even know you had. So
Man,
yeah,
that is so true. My daughters are always like, Mama, you know, whatever you put your mind to, you can do because you know we gonna be behind you. And sometimes that's all I need. I'll be like, y'all think that's good? Yeah, they like, yeah, go ahead and do it. Like, and just to know that our relation, because our relationship wasn't good at first because I was still hurt, and I can honestly admit that I didn't do everything right in that moment when I was hurt. But being from in a healed perspective, me and my girls are inseparable.
yeah,
And I thank God for that because I needed them in the midst of everything that I was going through just as much as they needed me.
exactly.
And so that's another reason why I come I do it. I do it for them and to let them know that hey, even though you get knocked down, no matter what life throws at you, you get back up, you keep swinging, you keep fighting because your dreams are your dreams. And they're only dead if you stop dreaming about
Exactly. You that I mean that was deep because they was like, "Bow, smack in the face." I needed to hear that today
them.
because I've been slacking a little bit, so I needed to hear that today. Um, it's kind of like the same question I would say. I wanted to ask, when have you grown the most in your life, and what caused the growth? So we kind of like answer that, but when have you
Okay.
grown the most in your life?
Man, I would say this last year, 2022
Okay.
was my breakout year.
Mm,
And the reason why come I say that is because I was healed. I started doing things that I've dreamed of doing. Like I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I started becoming her Inc., which is my brand, and becoming her is to push women to become the woman that they desire to be. And self-care, a lot of times we think self-care is getting your nails done, getting your hair done, and all that. That's not self-care, that's another bill. Self-care is checking your mental state of mind. Am I okay
you're
today?
right.
What do I need to feel? Do I just need to sit and talk to God and maybe just meditate for a minute? Do I need to write down how I'm feeling?
Right.
We don't never check our mental state of mind. We go, 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 especially as women. We wear about 50 hats. But have we checked on ourselves?
Nope. You're right. You're right about
Have
that.
you took 30 minutes? Have you took 30 minutes to yourself? No phone, no, just you by yourself. I mean, we have to regroup. We don't never regroup, and then we be agitated, we be aggravated, we be mad, we be body hurt, body. We don't stop until our body tell us to stop.
You're right about that.
And so that's why I build becoming her, because I wanted women to know that you are so valued and that you're so important. But if you don't take care of you, you're no good for nobody else.
You're right. You're so right about that.
So that's why I did that, and becoming her, it's just bigger than that. So I became a life coach and began to, have courses. I have courses uh, in my classes. And I'm just now going to do my new course, which is called Baggage Check, and that's going to start on July 10th. And Baggage Check, that course is about getting rid of unnecessary baggage that no longer feeds you and that you no longer need. So why are you holding on to
Whew. I might need to join this course because man,
it? But we do that. We carry baggage so tight, we don't want to let it go. That's just like if you going to the airport and they have bags, you have to check your bags. 9 times out of 10, one bag that you do not want to go with your other bags, you're gonna pay that extra $30, the extra $40, because they gotta be with
take it
you.
with you, right? You
And
right
nine times
about
out of
that.
ten, you don't need nothing in there.
Don't need
You
nothing
don't even
in there.
need it.
You
But
just
you
want it.
so
You
used to
just
hold.
want it.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. You so used to holding on to it, and that's how we are with the baggage in our life.
I
Like
struggle
me,
with that so
I
much.
man,
I carry
me
so much.
too.
And it's like, so like I would be definitely interested in, getting involved with becoming her ink and learning some things because I'm in my healing stage. I'm learning how to love me, and it's hard.
Yeah,
It's hard because I'm like,
it is.
I'm like when reality actually sits in and you don't know yourself, it's like, oh my goodness, me being 33 years old, I'm really trying to learn myself. I've been masked. I'm ready to take that mask off and love myself. So it's very important to me now. At first, I didn't care, but now I'm like,
Right.
okay, I'm ready to put me first. So I'm definitely gonna have to check out some of these courses or hit you up,
Yes, definitely.
talk to you sometimes.
Yes, absolutely. That's what I'm here for because it's not easy. And it's definitely not easy when you're trying to do it by yourself.
Yep, right. So how is the experience going with being a life coach?
Whew, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then I'm learning so much of how I'm not alone. That it's so many people that were experiencing the same thing I was experiencing, feeling the same thing that I was feeling, but don't have any direction. Because, like you say, we wear a mask. And what's so crazy is that when you put one mask on, you got to put on another one.
Yep.
When you put that mask on, you got to put on another mask. So
Yeah.
you got on mask, you carrying baggage, you straight. Where are you going with all of this dead weight?
With all
Nowhere,
this stuff, like you're right.
man. And it's just weighing yourself down. To now, you got to dig through all of it to find out who you are. Sometimes we get so used to what everybody else like, you don't know what you like no more. That's just like you cook food for everybody, you clean for everybody. Just if somebody asks you what you like, what's the first thing you say? Well, it don't matter to me, whatever y'all want.
Me, well,
Somebody, and when they pick it, good and well you don't
I
want
don't
that, but
want
you'll say, that's fine with me.
it.
Lies.
Yeah, you're right. Because we walk around pretending to be fine, and
Exactly.
because with Matthew becoming my life coach, I've learned a lot about myself. And it's like I will always tell you first, I'm okay, I'm good,
Mhm.
but in my mind, I'm like, why don't you just tell the truth? Like, I don't want to deal with the conflict or I don't want to face the reality sometimes that it could possibly I'm the problem.
Ooh,
So
man, or the rejection. And that's a lie that we tell ourselves every day that I'm good. I'm good.
mm-hmm.
Girl, and then, my students will tell you as soon as they say that, I'm like, no, you're not.
Man, that's my favorite line. I tell the person in a minute I'm good to avoid the fixing, the healing, to avoid the whole situation. I'm fine, I'm
Hmm.
good, and it's like,
Hmm.
yeah, okay, you know, and I can't
Right.
hide my emotions, so my face tell it all. I'm just,
That part.
like my sister be cracking up like you something is I know it's not face be all toe up like no it's not, so I can't really hide my emotions, so I understand when you try to you know mask when something is wrong. You don't want
Yeah,
people to
because
know, you don't want to be judged or
right,
embarrassment, just the whole fact that you made a
right,
mistake, because sometimes we too hard on ourselves about the
right.
mistakes we make. So
Or to be vulnerable. You don't want to seem vulnerable. You don't want to seem weak. But you know what? That comes from us letting people validate us. We so worried about what somebody gonna think, what somebody gonna say,
right.
that we just rather not say nothing, or that we just agree with it. But girl, like I'm gonna tell you something. My no has gotten so big that people be looking at me like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, no, I'm not doing it because I know I don't have to, and I don't have to please everybody. I'm not gonna please anybody, everybody.
You're
But
right.
I know that as long as I please God, that's the main thing. That's the main thing because He's the only one that can put me in heaven or hell. And I ain't trying to go to hell. Don't want to go to hell.
You're right.
So it's like, why do I give somebody so much validation in my life when they're not even that important?
Girl, I am learning that.
But we do though.
But
We
it's
so
hurtful.
like,
It's hurtful when you find out
man.
the people that you gotta, you
And
know.
them ain't even the one, and them be the haters. Them be your main haters, and that's who you trying to get validation from, which is gonna keep you at the bottom because you know what? People see what's in you before you do.
Mm,
So
I ain't
because they
look
know
at
you
it like
great,
that. I
because they
never
know
looked at
you
it like
great,
that.
man, they do. But since they know you great and what you can be, oh, they gonna knock you down every time because they want you to continue to think of yourself as lower than.
Mm,
But
that
I
makes a
mean,
lot
think
of
about
sense.
it. When people support you, 9 times out of 10, it's strangers,
Every time
people
with my
that don't
book,
even know you.
people with my books and stuff, I get more attraction with people wanting to read my books or, you know, watch my show or encourage me. I don't even know them. I haven't even met them. I was telling my little brother, I said, my name is being spoken in places I ain't even never been. And they rooted for me. But the people I've been living in Grand Rapids all my life, and I gotta beg y'all to share a post.
Wow.
You
And
know,
that
so
speaks volumes
mm-hmm.
because you know God said He'll put you in places that your feet ain't even touched it. You
I ain't even,
already there.
I'm already
You
there.
already there.
Already there. I tell them I'm
Already
like, I ain't
there.
a lot of places I've never been. You know, so just like you in Texas, I had a lady that stayed in Texas. She bought our children book with me and my daughter. I ain't never been to Texas. Ain't never been to
God said He'll make your
California.
name great.
The places that my book beat me there.
But that's how God do though. Like He said, I'll make your name great.
Yeah,
But you know what? But people think when they say great, you gotta have a couple haters. Cause they look, that's free advertisement.
you right. You right.
because Cause while you hating on me, what you hating on me about, you don't even know what I've been praying for. You don't even know how long I've been praying for this. I could have been praying for this for 10, 15 years, but you just seeing me getting the benefits of it. And you think I'm feeling myself. No, sweetheart, you have no idea how long I've been praying for this. Or what I had to go through to get through this. I tell girls in my class all the time, stop trying to give people validation to walk in your shoes when it's not even their size.
Say that again. Say that again.
Stop giving people validation to walk in your shoes when it's not even their size. Baby, they can't even fit your shoes. Cause hey, these shoes heavy over here. You're gonna have
Right.
to have some good strength,
You're
some
gonna have to get.
a
You're
strong
gonna need
back
some
to carry
muscles
these
in
baby.
them calves, huh? You're gonna need
Man.
some muscles to pick these
But
feet up.
you
Right.
want me to just give them to you though. You just want me to give you my shoes. No, I can't do that.
You right. I tell them all
So
the
that's
time.
what we have to stop doing.
My name gonna mean more than just my mama gave it to me. You know. At the end of the day.
What?
At the end of the day, no matter what, long as I know that Jadonna Mathis, my name is out there somewhere, it's gonna.
Hmm.
I'm good. I'm content with a lot of stuff, and then I'm gonna push it further. But yeah, you're right. That's crazy.
See,
You never.
you already there. You already there. You're not gonna do nothing more but level up. But
Yeah.
you gotta think. You gotta check. Like sometimes I tell my clients, I say, I know this is gonna be hard, but sometimes you have to check your circle because if they can't handle you on this level,
How
how
they?
they gonna treat you when you go to the next level? But that's why we all go through the pruning season.
You right. I need a
God,
career interview.
God take you through that pruning season. You gotta cut some people out because you know what? I need to check you. Everybody that say they take 10 toes behind you, 10 toes, they not. Some people, some you'll find, and I have like in my course, and no, I'm giving too much, but in my course, I had them do a a challenge.
Mm.
I said for during this week, I said, I want you to check your circle. I want you to not check on nobody. Don't text, don't call, don't do nothing for the people that's in your circle for 4 days and see how many call and check on you and say, you okay? I ain't heard from you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Because for the simple fact, if somebody love you and care for you and they got you 10 toes back, when they don't hear from you, they want to know what's going on.
I
And
definitely
then the
give
ones
more
that
phone
don't,
calls than I receive. I definitely give more than I receive. More phone calls than I receive. I definitely do.
exactly. But then let something go on. Let something let you be going through something. Baby, you can't get them off the phone because they want to call and want to know the business,
You
want to
right.
know what's going on. How you gonna be? in my face 24/7 when I'm down, but I can't even find you when I'm up. That's a problem.
You right. You man. So very true. You also said that you do body contouring. What do body contouring consist of? Because I don't know.
Man, I wanted to do body contouring because, like I said, I wanted to continue to stay with women can have the body that they desire naturally and
Hmm.
not have to go under the knife to get it. Um, Becoming her wellness inspire consists of you can get your stomach tightened, your abdomen tightened. You can get the BBL like everybody say they doing, but it's with the suction cup. There's no surgery needed. But
Okay.
if you want to get that right, you can get that right. We do get rid of cellulite. We get rid of fat cells. Basically anything you want to contour your body into looking, you can do it naturally with these, with treatments. You don't necessarily have to be cut on. And more and more you're seeing in the news people going to go get these BBLs and they losing their life. Well, it's because you're transferring, you taking fat cells from, let's say, the abdomen, and then you
Hmm.
want to put them in your bottom area. Well, wherever fat grows, that's where it's going to go. And sometimes there's little air pockets that can get in there that causes more damage,
Then
and sometimes can be fatal because you're moving the fat around, and you still got to deal with blood flow and all of these type of things, and they're not getting the history or the medical part on what it on taking care of themselves. They're just going, oh, I want to look like this.
yeah.
So when you come over here, we're gonna do it natural. But see, I give you the full lowdown. I'm gonna tell you how to take care of your body, what foods you need to eat, what exercises you need to do, because you can't just have surgery on something or and think you ain't got to do no work and you just gonna stay looking like this.
Right.
No, you got to detox your body. You got to watch what you put in because what you put in is what you're gonna get out. So you can't, if you want to be hourglass and stay hourglass, you're gonna have to exercise. You can get treatments all day long, but you still gonna have to do a minimum of exercise. You're gonna have to eat healthy. You got to move your body, and you got to drink a lot of water. So it's more of a care, like I said, self care is, I'm big on that because I did not love myself and care for myself. So I'm out here. I have to educate the women. I have to educate the women and to tell them that you can love yourself. You can look like that. If you want to look like that, it takes work. Is it
Yeah.
gonna happen in 10 days? No. But when you get there, yes. Can you maintain it? Yes. Can you stay there? Yes. I mean, with becoming her wellness inspired, they're gonna be able to have a meal prep. You'll be able. I check on them all the time, see how you're going, do your follow ups and everything, because I care about how you feel and how you look. Because a lot of times women are trying to look a certain way because they're trying to please somebody. Are you looking like this because you want to look like this?
Or for
Or are
somebody.
you looking like this for somebody else? Because if you're looking like this for somebody else, then we need to do a whole detox because that needs to be the first thing to come out your mind. You don't need to look good for nobody else. You need to fix it for self. Me, I'm a thick girl. I'm not gonna be no size 10, and I'm not looking to be that way.
Right.
You know,
I
but
will. I don't think
society makes you feel like you have to have this Barbie, you have to be skinny, you have to.
I ain't gonna make it to no 10 neither.
Baby, no, I
And
ain't
I'm
seen
happy
10.
with it.
Look, I ain't seen 10 since I was in high school. Baby, that's
Right.
over with.
And I ain't
That's
looking for it.
over with. Mm-mm. But I can still be thick and everything right and fine with it, but I can still be healthy. That's the main thing.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
So
You
yeah, that's
definitely right about that. Um, for anybody that could be watching the show that's experiencing domestic violence, what do you have to say
mhm.
to them?
The first question I would ask is, do you want to get out? Because that's the first thing. You have to make up in your mind that you want to. Some women don't. But if you do, there's resources. that can help you, you can reach out to me, and I'll be more than willing to talk to you, to help you get through it, and to finish sharing my story on how I got through it. And know that God can help you through anything, but He's not going to do it if you don't ask. And that's the thing, ask the right questions. Lord, give me the strength to walk away and take that first step. Because God said if you take one,
He'll
He'll
take
take the
it.
rest.
You're right about that.
And you're not alone. You don't have to be embarrassed. You don't have to worry about what people say. But if you know that your life is in danger and you don't know what to do, you can reach out to me. My contact information is in here, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you and also tell you resources that are available for you because I didn't know. And my thing is, I don't want anyone to ever feel like they're alone. Even if you don't know if you want to get out or not, and you just need somebody to talk to, you can talk to me. One thing I'm not going to do is judge nobody because everybody's situation is different.
You're right about that.
And a lot of times people don't talk to people because of what they say. Girl, I would never. Girl, you ain't never been in my shoes, so you wouldn't know what you would do. Don't do that. That's more damaging than helping somebody for you to tell them, girl, I would never do that. You so dumb. You so dumb. You know, then you hear all the negativity stuff, but they don't even know how real the situation is. Like, y'all really don't know how I'm really trying to keep this man off me.
Right.
I'm in a real live fight over here of survival and 2, 3 seconds from death. So if your friend is coming to you and she's talking to you about her domestic situation, be a friend and listen and help. Don't tear down. Help. Help is real. Don't tear that lady down if she going through that and she's coming to you because that's a cry for help.
Yeah, you're right. It's crazy. I've been through one situation. I haven't been in a domestic situation, but me and my boyfriend used to fight a lot, and it's draining. It is.
It
We done
is.
threw blows a couple times, and it's just like I don't. And to think about even that little situation from back then is just like women go through a lot.
Man. And it's not just physical. People think domestic violence is just physical. No, it's mental.
Yep,
It's
emotion.
mental, emotional, and physical. Like when your mental is gone and you don't know, man, like me, I was so deep in it because my situation started from the verbal.
Mm,
Then it went to the physical. Then by the time it got to the emotional, I was ready to take myself out because I was tired of going through it. Because every time I would try to get out of it, this man would do something worse. Like each time was worse than the time before. Like just for an example, one night I was in the room with my girls sleeping with them because I was sleeping in the middle, had one on this side, one on this side. And I thought if I slept in the room with them, I would be safe. This man came in there and I jumped up out my sleep because my hair had been pulled, like somebody had pulled my hair. This man had shoestrings tied around my neck
oh my
and
goodness.
was like, "You leave me, I swear I'll kill you." So that messed up my mental state of mind because now I'm like, oh, I can't leave
Right.
because I'm not gonna. What's gonna happen to my girls if he take me out? What is gonna happen to them? But I couldn't tell nobody. I could have, but I was afraid to. I was embarrassed. I didn't want to. But now I can talk about it and be like, I went into survival mode. So then I started planning on how I was gonna leave
Exactly.
and
That's what.
putting ducks in a row. You know what I'm saying? And then I ended up calling my cousin. I was like, I'm coming to your house. Don't ask me no question. Woo woo woo. Blah blah blah. Boom. But it took all of it for me to get to that point.
To want to get up and go. Yeah, you're right.
And that's why I say, like, if like ladies, if your friend is going through it, do not be negative. Please don't be negative because you could be one call away from her killing herself.
Or you could be the one that help her from getting killed by him. You never know.
Exactly.
You're right.
Exactly.
No, you don't judge people based off what you see,
Mm-mm.
because you don't know what a person is
You
going through.
don't.
You don't know what a person is going through. Where can
Girl.
people go to learn more about you if they wanted to reach out and do the body contouring, or
Okay.
if they're looking for a life coach and yet again a mentor, or need help with domestic violence? So,
Okay.
where can people go to learn more about you, or how can they reach you?
Okay. On Facebook, it's under Becoming Her Inc. is the coaching page. Taronna Perkins is my personal page. The body concern page is Becoming Her Wellness and Spa. On Instagram, I am Becoming Her, the number 4 and the letter L. And I'm just now getting on TikTok, so
Yeah,
I
still learning
haven't really
TikTok
figured that stuff out. Yeah,
myself.
that's them my kids doing. My kids like,
It's
Mommy,
so
look at
many
me on TikTok.
platforms. I said I need to find
Girl,
somebody just to do my social media, because you
you
got to try to
know,
keep up with so many. I got Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. I'm tired. I'm like, man, I posted in one page. I got 99 more pages to post it. Like,
baby.
man, you need one person for everything.
My girls do my social media, like my TikTok and Instagram and all of that. My girls do all of that, baby, because I can't. It's too much going on.
Be glad when my daughter get old enough so she can run it. 'Cause she want me dancing on TikTok. I'm not going, girl. You got to show me how to work it. And I said, it's crazy. I've always been in with electronics, but I feel so computer illiterate. How do we do this?
Man, my grandbaby baby, she know more than I can. She can get on there and do what I was like, oh my god, this is
So how
you.
do y'all know this stuff? This is crazy.
Man,
I got an A in computers. I feel like I'm failing right now because I
well,
don't know how to do nothing
I'm
on
with
the.
you.
I call Matthew all the time. Well, how you say you got to put it in
Hey, but you doing a good job, sis, because them flyers be fire.
Thank you so much. I
You
appreciate it.
welcome.
I'm learning how to do it. I'm definitely learning because I like to, make it unique for everybody, because that flyer will be used when I upload the audio. I like to use your flyer. So when somebody go, like, for example, if they go on Spotify and listen to our interview, they can say, okay,
Hmm.
that's the interview right there, because that's the flyer from the interview. So I like to be different. Like I said, I don't want to be, when I started the podcast and I said, you know what, I want to start doing interviews. I want to talk to people, get to know people, and allow other people to get to know people, because you never know who might connect with who just because. So
Exactly. Well, I
I'm
want
glad.
to give you your flowers, and I just want to say that I'm so grateful um, to you to have met you, because me and you have chatted a lot in the chat, and I just appreciate you, and I'm so proud of you. I
Thank you.
know that this is something that you've been working on for a long time, and I wish you all the success. This is just the beginning, and you finna level up, sis. I mean, you got everything coming out. You got your books coming out. You got podcasts, like you just doing your thing. And I just want you to know that I will forever support you,
Thank you so much. I
no
appreciate you.
matter what.
Thank you for coming on the show and taking the time out to even talk to me today. I really appreciate all that. That just made my heart
You're
melt.
welcome.
I
Oh,
really
you're welcome.
appreciate it so much. And I want to thank everybody that tuned in today. Y'all make sure y'all get with Taronna, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm definitely taking some of these courses because I need it. I can
Come
admit
on,
that
sis.
I need some self-care and self-love in my life. I'm learning how to love me too. Don't be afraid, y'all, to speak up. If you're in a domestic situation, don't be afraid to speak up. Your story
Yes,
needs to be heard, because you never know who you might can help with your story, or who life you can change. We got to stick
absolutely.
together, not only as women, but as a community. We cannot continue to allow women to feel alone and by themselves. Once
Yes.
again, thank everybody for tuning in. If you watched our interview, make sure you hit the share button. Thank you again, Tarana, for coming
You're
out. And that's
welcome.
it with Lola's Chronicles. Y'all have a good day.
Bye.